Hello everybody. Welcome back. I am so sorry that I've been so far away from you guys. I haven't done any recording or anything, but today we're gonna get started on the small ink storage unit. Well, the small square ink storage unit. So what I'm going to do with you guys today on this recording is we're just going to go through my workbook. Well, I made a workbook, but you can easily make your own too as well. Laminating and cutting out your guides where you put them on the chipboard and you cut them all out and everything. Anyways, my name is Lois. I go by Lo, and I am Lo's Keepsakes and Creation. And it's so nice to have you guys here, and I hope everybody is doing well. I had a little bit of sickness myself for the past couple of weeks, but today I'm feeling so much better, so much better. So we're going to get started with this, and how we're going to do this is if you've got already the digital download from my Etsy shop, if you've already downloaded it and you've already cut out all of your guide pages with your templates and everything else like that, if you've got all that, then we're ready to go. We are ready. So I'm so excited about this. I really enjoy making these types of how do you want to say it, essential storage for our craft room for various items, whether it would be in tools or like my toolbox. I have a simple toolbox that I made, and I throw everything in it, and it simply has little feet on it that are that I got from a bead collection, that these are wood. So if you could see on the bottom, I'll show you the bottom. See how they got holes in them? Well, yeah, so that's what I did. So, but anyway, so whether you're making like a toolbox like this, or you're making a garbage bowl, a scrappy garbage bowl, I'll put that link in my description so you can go see that video. Everybody seems to have loved it very much, and I appreciate the views. But anyways, so now saying all of that jibber jabber, oh goodness, I could keep on going. I feel so much better today, and I've already watered my plants and everything, put some of them outside that they can get some of their sun today. But anyway, so let's get started with this, right? It won't take very long for us to do it. I think the biggest process is either cutting out all your pieces. That is probably the longest process, is just cutting them all out. Now, I know for my large square ink storage unit, there was a lot of pieces that I had to cut out to accomplish that. And if you guys want to see that video too, I'll put that in my description. I'm not very good at following up with what I say in my videos, but I need to, right? So all I did simply with my workbook is once I printed out my digitals, what I did is I took and I laminated each one of them. It's easier when you laminate it, and then when you take your guide tools, I call them your guide tools, templates, whatever they are. Some have different names for them. I call them my guides because that's what they do. So what I did is I printed it out one more time on cardstock. I cut them all out, and I simply just put the tape on the laminated part, because if you can see, when I put the tape on the bottom of the paper, it starts picking up things from the chipboard. So it's easier just taking your double-sided tape. I use the tape glider, the Scotch Advanced tape glider. This is what I use to put down for my templates that I want to stay inside my book or my workbook. Okay, so let's get into our workbook. So what I want y'all to do is let's jump back to H. This is going to be the back side of your storage unit. So I want you guys to go to that, and let's get this one started. And all we're going to simply do is trace. Now this one right here, we need 2 of these. So you're going to simply just set them on your chipboard. We're going to trace around, and then we're going to cut out all of our pieces. Now what I like to use is more so of an ink pen, so that way I can see better on the chipboard. And let me just get, I know I need 2 pieces for the back because they're a little bit bigger, and you can't get 2 on one chipboard. So all you're going to simply do is just line it up here down at the bottom, and you're just going to simply trace it around. Just like that. And then we're going to do the other one. And we're going to do the same thing. I got the shakes, you guys. I think 3 cups of coffee has had me in. So I might be a little chitter chatter today. And for some reason my pen's not working very well on my chipboard. Let me see if I can find a different one. Let's see if this purple one will work. I like purple pens. What is your favorite color of pens? Mine is definitely the purple, because I am a purple loving girl. There we go. Much better. Here, let's do the other one. So that way we can at least be accurate, and so that way we don't mess up on our lines when we get ready to cut them out. Okay, so that's all you need for H. And we're just going to put this back into our book. Okay. Now we're going to go back over here to A. Now A, I know it looks weird right here because I corrected myself on my digital, but on my workbook. But when you guys get your digitals, you won't have this. I've already corrected it in the digital. Now for A, we need 6 pieces. So what I like to do is just go ahead and start working on on my chipboards that I already have marked out. Now I know these big pieces are H, and I know that. So what we're going to do is we're just going to simply sit here and line up our next guide template for A. And for A, we need 6 of these. So you're just going to work out like whatever you have on your chipboard. You're just going to start putting these down and marking them where they need to be cut, and make sure you put your alphabet on them so that way you don't get them confused. I like to go ahead and start marking them so that way I don't have, well, I don't know which one is this or which one is that. So just mark them as you go, and as you sit here and line them up, and then mark them out, because I think this is more relatively a better system than to start just cutting on other chipboards and not having all your pieces put together. I just cut that. I just made that totally uneven. Hang on, let me get this together. I've got the shake so bad that I'm not doing my work properly. So, and then this will be the 6th one. Now you may not get these perfectly, and that's okay. Just get the particular size of your template. You want to try and be as good as you can, but they're going to be glued together, and they're also going to be covered on the sides with cardstock. So, I mean, if you've got, you know, 1 or 2 or something like that that's off a little bit, that's okay. We're not looking for perfection when we're cutting these. We just want to try and get the best that we can. Alright, so I did 6 on the A, so we'll put our A back. Okay, and now we have B. Now B needs 6 of these, and this is what we have. And I simply referenced myself on the bottom that I need 6 of these. So what we're going to do is we're just going to simply go from wherever we left off. Let me turn this around the other way. Let me get rid of this one because we can work with 6 on this one page. I mean on this one card. One chipboard. This chipboard. I can't get my words right today for some reason. The type of chipboard that I'm using is less than it's around 1/8 of an inch. And when you put them both together, then you wind up with 1/4 of an inch. And I do that for stability reasons, because if you get bigger bigger chipboards, they're a little bit harder to get cut. So by doing this, we wind up making a sturdier situation, sturdier storage unit. So that way you can glue them together and be very sturdy. Okay, so now these are all B. So let's mark ours all B. And we know that we now have 6. This is probably the most easiest way to do this, is just get one chipboard, put in what you need, and then just start building your cuts where you're going to be cutting them. So I know for a fact that these are going to be spare parts that we're not going to use, if you could see that. So that's probably the only thing that I have that I won't be using on this one chipboard. And I'm okay with that because I can simply use these for other little projects. So UPS is here, so let me pause my thoughts. Okay, so we got that one chipboard done. So let's grab our second one that we were working on. And we're going to grab C for cat. And I've got it where it says that we need to do 2 of those. So let's go ahead and put 2 on the chipboard. I think that we could be able to fit more on. I'm not sure. Let's go this way. Right here. I'd rather go over here. So all you're doing is just simply organizing yourself, getting all your pieces traced out and things like that. So no, let's go this way. I'll go on this side of our back panel that we've already traced out. So we have C, and this one we need 2 of. If I can get my ink to work. What a beautiful day it is outside. Oh my goodness, I love it. Alright, so we'll make C over here. As you guys could probably see, I've got the shakes really bad. I shouldn't have drank so much coffee. And my little doggies are giving me anxiety. They don't know how to stop barking, y'all. Okay, so now that we got C done, so let's go ahead and mark that. So we don't get those pieces lost when we get ready to cut out everything with a utility knife. Sorry about that. I'm kind of like out of breath. So I'm trying to speak to you guys without being so much out of breath. Alright, so let's flip our page, and now we're on E for eel. D is in for dog, like my dogs today, giving me anxiety. Alright, so E for ill or electric, we'll just say that, E for electric. We're going to go ahead and just lay them on here. Now we need 4 of these, 4 of these, 4 of them. So see, by keeping yourself organized, And then tracing these out, you're going to be able to get more out of your chipboard, if that makes sense. So now these guide tools will be used when building your storage unit. These are actually going to be your spacers in between your shelves, so that way your shelves are equally spaced. I'm going to come over here and let's see if maybe we can get 2 over here off of C. But like I said though, I love making things that, making storage units or essential storage for your craft, whatever you might use it for. I'm into, let's see if this will fit. I think it will. Yes, it will. It's perfect actually. But so I like making essential storage things that helps me out in my everyday craft day, as I might say, where whatever I might use, whether it be down to the pens or the pencils, my head is always thinking of things to store in, because I mean, we take pride in our crafts and especially our tools. Like in my video the other day, I showed you guys a pair of scissors that says do not use. Well, it's upside down, but it says do not use, and it's actually on both sides. These are my scissors for material, and I take pride in these things. Were expensive, you know, so I like to look for things to store in that helps me be more productive and organized. I have to be organized, you guys. It drives me crazy if I'm not organized. Okay, so let's go ahead and mark our E. We only needed 4 of those. I'm going to put this back in my book. And then I'm going to mark these E. E for electric. Alright. Alright, so we still have a little bit more space, guys. We have this area here on our chipboard that we can use. I know that I don't know if you could see it well, but I have more glare today for some reason. It's so sunny outside. But so we've already done all of that. So I have this area here that I might could get something out of. Now we have D, G, F to do. So those 3 are basically almost about the same size. So nothing we can do in here that's going to be smaller. And that kind of stinks is because I don't see if I can fit D in here. Let's see if I can get 1 D. And see what I don't think I can, but we're going to do this. We're going to do this. So, I did get 1 D out of there. So we'll mark that one D. Now this one tells me that I need to make 10. So I'm going to reference this as being 1, and I'm going to circle it. Alright, so the only thing we didn't use on this side of the chipboard was this side right here, and then a little bit right in here in the middle. So we didn't use. Alright, so let's get another chipboard, okay? And we'll move on to making more of D. So let me get that set up and I'll be right back. everybody, we got it all cut out, so that's awesome. So looks like a little big old square with a bunch of pieces. Okay, so now's the fun part. We get to do the glue. You know how I get glue everywhere. So what you're gonna do is I'm gonna lay all of mine out that go together. Make sure I have the same amount that I'm supposed to. And I don't have these mixed up. These are B, 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 and B. Okay, so we'll put those over there to the side. And then here we have E, E, and E for electric. Remember? Okay, and then we have C right here. And then I've got F. Then I have my G's. And then I also have my D for as in dog. And then I have my 2 back panels. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start gluing them together. And in this process, what I like to use is art glitter glue. That's what I like, and I prefer art glitter glue because it is a very good glue. But this is what it is. If you can see, I got this one off of Amazon. There you go. So I'll put that in my description for you guys. But I always buy it in the 16 ounce just because I'm using it to refill my little bottles. So, but anyway, so that's what I'm using for glue. So let's get started in gluing all of our pieces together. So what I'm going to start with is the back, of course. And how I like to do that, I can see the difference between the back and the front. So I like to marry my backs together and then have the fronts of the boards showing. So, but in this process, I'm going to go ahead, my battery is flashing. So, but I'm going to go ahead and start gluing all of these together, and I'll put it on some speed for you guys, and then we'll go from there. So let me do that, change my battery, and I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, we got them all glued together. I piled them up so they're nice and even. And you don't have to if you don't want to, but right now what I'd like to do is put mine in my book press. And I'm going to do that because I don't want none of my cardboards wavy. So that's why I put them where they look like they're all together nice and neat inside there. So after doing that, I had just one of the little A's that was left over. But I want to put this in my book press. And sorry for the noise. But anyway, this is my book press. And my oldest son, Jeff, and I, we went to Lowe's. So we were able to find these, the boards that are designed like this, we were able to find over at Lowe's. So what we did was we grabbed two, if you could see. So we grabbed two, and then he just went outside and drilled the holes for me. And we have these big long screws with these on them that turn and do all that good stuff. But what I do is I put the things that I want pressed. I'm going to lift this up because I already know I brought the screws up high enough to put my item in. And what I do is I just sit here and I just, you know, put these all the way down until they start getting tight towards the object that you want pressed. Now, I have used this for a lot of my scrapbook albums and journals and things like that, and it really works. Matter of fact, I think in one of my videos I had done, I had mentioned that my composition, it was my composition book into a beach themed journal. And that one in particular, because of all of the glue and stuff, I had put this in the book press for overnight too as well. Because in my video I tell you that now the book won't stay open. But this thing really does work. So you're just evening out the, you know, the tallness of whatever you have inside. Sometimes these things are good for getting all the way down really fast, but that one worked out really good. There we go. Okay, so all I do is just simply just start tightening these down. And I want to do it evenly because I want to make sure that that it's not wonky. But what I usually do is with my ink storage units, once I cut everything out and I put it where it's all glued, then I put it in this overnight and see what happens. It doesn't. But anyway, so it's in there and it's going to be pressed really nice. So what I usually do is I just leave this overnight. So I think that's what we're going to do for our video today, is we're just going to, you know, call it quits and say that we've done what we needed to do, and we can start, you know, in the next video we will start and start constructing it, getting our white 1.5 inch strips of cardstock. We'll get those covered up and everything else like that. So yeah, so I think we'll just call it that for today, and I hope you guys are enjoying this. And you know, I just want to say thank you guys so much for coming over to my channel and learning things together. You know, I think that, you know, when it comes to creativity, it's so enjoyable if you have somebody with you that enjoys it just as much as you do. So I know you guys do, and I just want to tell you thank you so very much for your nice comments and your support. I appreciate it. And sorry for not getting this video out sooner. due to some of my illnesses, but like I said, I'm doing much better now. So, but anyway, so I guess I'll see you guys on the next video. Okay, so until now, love and hugs. Bye.